What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Charlton Athletic Career Mode. I did that intro just basically off the cuff. It was very creative, if you ask me. Just so you had a second to gaze at the new backdrop over there, which is better than it was, let's put it that way. Another thing that I'm trying to sort of fix is the schedule of this series right now that you're watching. We are on episode 7 today, and to be honest, that's not enough episodes to have come out since the beginning of this series and the beginning of FIFA 20. So, what I'm doing going forward is I'm going to have 2 episodes every single week at the same time, Monday at 7 PM and Wednesday at 7 PM as well. So you guys will be able to expect episodes at that exact time every single week. But let's go on to the actual FIFA career mode right now and on to let's crack on with things, basically. We are 5th in the league right now. We are sitting on 23 points. We are currently only 3 points off of the automatic promotion spots. There is a nice little competitive group of teams, little cluster of teams forming in the top 9 of the table. Leeds, they'll probably have a late run. Yeah, maybe the top 12, in fact, could all have shouts at being in that top 6 at the end of the season, failing any sort of miracle from anyone below that. But guys, we are going to get into our first game of, as long as nothing pops up in the old office of the episode. I don't know who it's against. We probably should have checked the calendar. Here's a scout report, by the way. Don't know if this is a youth scout report. Oh no, this is just stuff going on in the background. Connor van den Berg, who's been recommended. But actually, let's quickly have a look at this calendar and see what we've got in store for the episode. We've got a game against Derby, followed by a game against Bristol City, followed by a game against West Brom. As we know, October, a very, very difficult time for the Addicts. We managed to get a 3-0 win in real life against Derby. We managed to get we lost 2-1 against Bristol City, and we drew, obviously, most recently with West Brom 2-2. So if we can get a 4-point return from these 3 games, I'll be relatively happy. Now, as we discussed last time, the simulation is very, very harsh, and it can sometimes lead to sort of 4 or 5-0 losses, which is never ideal. Just want to check that these are the players that I want to train right now. I believe they are. Let's do that. George Lapsley going up to a 64 rated, still not entirely usable in the league, but at 22 years old, he is becoming a much better player than he once was. Let's put it that way. Yeah, so these simulated games are not very kind to us, to be honest. They're really not, since the update of career mode has been implemented. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into this Derby game. We're going to try and hopefully replicate that 3-0 win that Charlton did manage to get against, is it the Rams? Yeah, it's definitely the Rams, isn't it? And they've literally got a ram as their logo as well. So yeah, we're going to try and replicate that. Hopefully we can get something like that result in real life in this game right here. Let's see. Here we go then, boys and girls. A fixture once again at the Valley against Derby County. Did that look like Ben Amos to you, coming out in a Derby goalkeeper kit? There are the Charlton fans anyway. We are 5th. Derby are, I should have checked, they're actually 13th there, so not doing entirely brilliantly after the departure of Frank Lampard. A little bit like they are doing in real life, kind of very average at the moment, very inconsistent. Let's have a look at the lineups for the 2 teams. You won't see many surprises with ours, but I'll be interested to see how Derby field their 11. Look at him. He looks way more like me, basically. That is definitely Ben Hamer, isn't it? That is definitely Ben Hamer. I'm sure of it. They know that he used to play for Charlton. Yeah, it is Hamer at number 12. I just saw him in the corner of the screen there. That is Ben Hamer, so our old goalkeeper returning to the Valley to play against us. Here is the 11 that start for Charlton along with the subs. You can see it's much the same as we've fielded lately. I think Lyle Taylor is a very, very, very important player, especially in this first half of the first season here, because we haven't made too many signings. We've made literally 1 signing in the new save file at least. And here is the Derby County starting 11. Hamer, Bogle, Keogh Fry. Already some big names there. Huddleston, Graham Shinney, Joseph Soon, who, is he not from, I thought he was from Forest or Bristol City in real life, I don't know. Patterson and Waghorn up front, Lawrence, that's a great team. That is a really strong team. It's going to be difficult. I hate the sunlight instantly, but we'll work with it, alright? We'll work with it. That is horrible. That is great defensive work from Jonathan Lecco. Let's release him down the right-hand side. That's nice. And one more for Taylor. If we can just turn and get Jonny Williams on the end of this, this could be a first goal for Jonny Williams. Yes! That is such a great sight early in the game. Jonny Williams, this bloke has deserved the goal. He's had some fantastic performances. He's provided assists, both in the game and in real life. Crowd going wild. And did I just see a sky plug on the LEDs there? I think I did. Either way, Jonny Williams off the mark now for Charlton. I think he might have scored on the sim this season, but definitely not for me in gameplay. That is a great goal in the 4th minute from Jonny Williams. 4 goals in the championship. So yeah, 3 goals on the sim and 1 in the gameplay. Good stuff, good stuff. Here comes Joseph Zoon down the right-hand side. Please don't get your crossing yet, mate. Yeah, he's stalling. He's literally stalling. That is awful. What a Derby County playing at right now. What are we playing at? Oh, no. Don't speak too soon. Tom Lockyer just about getting rid of danger, but then he gives a possession away in the box again. Joseph Zoon back to Shinnie. And who's this? Huddleston. Lawrence in the box, and that's the equaliser. Onside as well. Horrendous defensive play from Charlton. We were all over the shop. And that is an equaliser from Lawrence. That is already worse off, unless we score 4 goals, than the real life score. That is a nice back heel. We should have got rid of it way before this. Look at that space. Unbelievable. Conor Gallagher fighting off challenges, snapping at his heels like a bunch of piranhas. And Jonathan Lecco does well. Here is Kayal. That's a bad touch and cleared away. But hopefully we can win this header. We do. Lockyer maintains possession for the Addicts. It's Lecco. Tackled, but Gallagher finds a pass. I can barely see what I'm doing, which is very frustrating. Let's get a shot off of Kayal. No, mate, the vision is so impaired on this pitch. It's disgraceful. Coming forward, tackled by Conor Gallagher. That's fantastic. Conor Gallagher sprinting away. He's not got the best sprint speed, but it seems to be better than whoever this is chasing him for sure. Gallagher inside to Williams. Oh, that's a great time tackle from Fry. Brilliant stuff. A player that we could potentially look at signing if we do decide to invest in the centre-back area. They've given the ball away, though, to Conor Gallagher, who rifles the ball. Not rifles, that's the wrong verb. But here comes, nonetheless, Smith Rowe in the box and away from Derby. Shinnie. That's got to be offside, ref. Phillips, don't come for it. I've decided against it. Here comes Lawrence down the left wing. Scorer of the opening goal. Little dummy. Cuts inside one more time. Chris Solly reads it, though, and gets the better of Lawrence. That's well played by our club captain. And here comes Conor Gallagher fighting his way to get the ball. He's looking for Lyle Taylor. I think the pass is gone, but here comes Gallagher nonetheless. Gallagher inside to Jonny Williams. Fire, and one more time, Jonny. That's a second goal for Jonny Williams. Unbelievable. We got a second bite of the cherry there, luckily. Not really a very... I don't think that I would catch Jonny Williams doing that celebration if he scored in real life. I mean, you never know. He's a cheeky chappy, so maybe he would. Nonetheless, he sends the crowd wild. Ben Hamer beaten for a second time. Agent Ben coming through with the... no, to be fair, he did try and make a good effort to save that. We got a lucky bounce. We got another goal with Jonny Williams, and he is on hot form right now. I think the stats get boosted based on the form now, and I think his shooting must be benefiting from that. And as you can see, manager loving the fact that we've taken the lead there. 2-1 in the 39th minute. Jonny Williams with the goal. Jonny Williams releasing Gallagher. Lecco's going to want this ball. He does get it as well from Taylor, and that's offside for Jonny Williams' hat-trick. That is almost a brilliant move. I kind of knew just before that he wasn't going to hold his run, but I still went with it just on the off chance that he just pulled a bit wider there. Look, he could have just... Nah, maybe, yeah, that's way off. Maybe I should have just taken the left-footed shot with Lecco. Maybe I should have. Shinnie to Patterson now. Back to Shinnie. Whips a ball in. Dylan Phillips very, very equal to it. He's going to poke the ball to Kayal. Can we get a goal before half-time? I don't think we're going to have time. And actually, here comes Patterson. The breath should have probably blown already. And a dummy and fired into Dylan Phillips. And this will now be half-time once I pelt this ball upfield. It's actually not. What is going on, ref? Okay, as soon as we get the ball under control, the ref blows for half-time. The score here, Charlton 2, Derby 1. We have a slight advantage. We've been playing much, much better. Derby have been horrendous. Jonny Williams has been the star of the show by a country mile, and his 2 goals are proof of that. Let's have a look at the scores around the ground quickly from elsewhere in the Sky Bet Championship. And anything standing out there? Not really. Lots of 1-0s, 2-0s, 1-1s, 2-1s. Nothing too drastic. Let's advance into the second half. See if we can confirm this win for Charlton, which would be a stupendous one. Derby just playing very odd passes, really. They're just making very strange decisions as they come forward again. Patterson to Waghorn. Waghorn looking to sprint towards goal. Make up a little bit of ground. Lawrence tries it but doesn't manage to get anything from it. Does the second time, and that is a poor and easy shot for us to deal with. Dylan Phillips is going to roll this out. Lecco up that wing. That's where I want you, mate, Chris Solly. The pass has got to be good, and it is good. And look at that ground that Jonathan Lecco's just made up. He's in the box. It's Lecco. Shoots! Jonathan Lecco scores. That is a much better finish than he showed us in the last episode where he just spooned one out for a throw. That is what I'm used to seeing with Jonathan Lecco, and that is him being clinical, which we like to see from the right-hand side. This is a slightly weakened area. I don't want to invest too much training into Lecco because he's gonna return to West Brom, and that could be one of our rivals. But that is a fantastic shot, and the young man shows what he is capable of. And certainly this season, Lecco doing that is going to shoot us up the league table because he's rapid, mate. He's rapid, and when he's clinical, it just is good. You know what I mean? It's just good for us. Oh, here comes. Is it Shinny or is it Lawrence? I'm not sure. Whoever it is whips in across. Jason Pearce deals with it very, very easily. Jonny Williams, look at that pressing there. Smith Rowe tackled by Bogle. And Omar Bogle finds Joseph Zoon, and now it's Martin Waghorn, and we do just about get the better of him, and actually no we don't. Joseph Zoon now. That's very well worked by us. Purrington sprinting forward. They are selling themselves ridiculously, and that is so much space now for Smith Rowe. Can Smith Rowe do something good? It's going to be Jonny Williams for the hat-trick, and he fires wide. That was just written in the stars for Jonny Williams, and he just didn't quite get the contact and the accuracy that he wanted on it, and it sails wide of the post there. It was a decent low-driven effort, just not accurate enough. Unlucky. So a little double sub for us in the dying minutes of this game. 13 minutes left. Purrington and Taylor make way, who have both played very, very well, for Lewis Page and Thomas Hemed. Haven't given him too much of a chance in this career mode so far. Much like real life, where he's only played a couple of games and hasn't performed brilliantly well in either. But I'm willing to give him another chance, and that is a good initial bit of play by Page defensively. Now what can we do? I think that's onside. It's not. Unlucky. Jonny Williams is enjoying himself now. Kyle, look at that pass. If we can get on the end of that with Smith Rowe, we just about can't. Unlucky. Here's Page. Looking for Smith Rowe now into the box, and that's going to be loose to Thomas Hemed, whose clinical edge to his game has got him a goal very, very, very quickly after coming on the pitch. And the number 26 off the mark in the gameplay, another player in this game off the mark for us. When I say that, I do mean just when I play with them. I think he might have scored in the sim. But that is a great finish on the half volley. Bang! No chance for the keeper. And the 3-goal deficit now is equal to what it was in real life, which I am very satisfied with. But I think we might be able to actually go one better. Maybe get 5 here. But maybe I'm just being a bit greedy. Wisdom now looking to maybe get a consolation goal for Derby. Can he get a cross in? He can't. Wisdom, though, on the overlap, and in it goes and away from Jason Pearce. That should be the last action of the game, but they are going to have time now to take the corner, and it's going to be a corner ball from Lawrence, and Dylan Phillips comes out, and luckily, he doesn't get there, but it's away from us. The whistle really should have gone, and there it does go. And guys, we have replicated the 3-goal deficit in a slightly different manner to real life. This time it's a 4-1 win at the Valley. So we scored an extra goal, but we also conceded. Obviously, there is the decent performer for Derby, Tom Lawrence. And it looked like maybe his Welsh teammate was going to go over and console him a little bit, Jonny Williams. He is Welsh, isn't he, Lawrence? I'm pretty sure he is. But that was a star performance from the man that is being highlighted right there, Jonny Williams. And the fans are going to appreciate that 100%. And let's have a look now at the ratings, because that was an all-round fantastic performance. And actually 4 goals and none from Lyle Taylor. Very, very surprised to see that. But also good to get a couple of the boys back in the goal-scoring action, like Williams, Hemed, and of course Lecco. So we only had 6 shots and we converted 5 of them. We had a lot less possession than them, but we were very effective when we did have it. Of course, Jonny Williams gets the Man of the Match award. The goal assists were from Solly, Gallagher, and also Taylor. One must have been pouncing on a mistake. Goals, of course, you already know who they were from, and everybody else doing really well. Yeah, Kyle had a very quiet game, actually. I would probably agree with that. I thought Page did well when he came on. Hemed obviously did well when he came on. But yeah, Kyle, a sly underperformer in what was otherwise a fantastic win. I mean, he didn't do badly. It's just that he's done a lot better than that. Let's go straight to our press conference now. There are the scores from around the grounds. Looks like everything made a lot of sense, as it tends to. Fulham getting the away win against Stoke, though. That's potential slight surprise. And here we are in the press conference following that 4-1 win against Derby. I don't think I've been in a press conference after we've thrashed someone. With 2 goals to secure the win, Williams was the hero today. Any thoughts? Let's see what we can say about Jonny Williams. We can't rely on individuals, an overall great performance. You know what? He was fantastic. I'll just lick his bum a little bit. So he goes up in morale to very happy after that. So that's good. Expecting a more competitive match out there today were you. I don't want to be rude to Derby, but I want to motivate my team. Give them full credit. Now, does that mean Derby or does that mean us? I don't want to... No, yeah, I'll say give them full credit. 100%. Yeah, Williams at max happiness there. 2 teams when we came out on top. The scoreline is a bit misleading in my opinion. I mean, I don't necessarily think that, but the options there weren't great. Comfortable win after 4 goals scored by Charlton Athletic. Do you think the game could have gone another way today? Scoreline was unfair to them. Time to focus on our next match. We could have scored more. I think time to focus on our next match is probably the right thing to do there. Oh, Jonny Williams actually now probably more like at max happiness. We were full value for the win today. I'm not interested. It didn't give me enough time to read that. But either way, that was a positive impact that press conference had on us. The result was only gonna go along with that as well and do us a world of good. Let's go into some training before we sim our next match. Could be a difficult one. You know how the sim has been lately. Let's simulate these training drills. Conor Gallagher up to a 71 rated player. His finishing also coming along to close to a 70, which is really good because once he can start scoring goals, he's going to be an unreal player for us. So all round very good. Also Macaulay Bonne close to a 70 finishing as well. So yeah, all round some good performances from the guys in training. And let's have a little conversation now with Jonny Williams. Lil John comes to us and he says, cheers for all the first team football I'm getting. I'll be doing my best. I'm going to say I'm proud of you. I just think that he can't get much happier, but there's no point in pissing him off. So yeah, I'm proud of you, which is true. I need to play more often. The amount of matches I get to play at the moment isn't good for my career. You just played. You still have your place in the squad. You're no longer out of place. I'm counting on you in decisive moments. I mean, you still have your place in the squad. I mean, I don't know why you've said that, Connor. But nonetheless, he literally started the last game. That's crazy. But nonetheless, yeah, we'll get on to our next game. If anything pops up, I think there might be some youth stuff happening. I don't know. But either way, our next game's against Bristol City. We lost it in real life. Are we going to lose it on the sim? Probably. And yes, as predicted, a monthly scouting update. And here are some players coming through. Anyan Zhang, a 65 to 89. We want to have another look at him. Kong Shen, Qi Chen Deng, and Bojing Peng. I like the fact that he's called Peng, but he doesn't look good enough. Deng's not good enough. The rest of these we can scout further. Peng, literally, I'm only keeping you in for your name, to be honest. But yeah, we'll keep scouting all of these boys. And that's all we have to do for that scouting report into Bristol City. I'll just adjust this starting 11 a tiny bit, and then we'll see how we do. So if I'm being honest, I am a little bit scared actually of Bristol City. They are, I think, yeah, 11th here on the table, 21 points, so 5 points behind us. And if, you know, the past is anything to go by, an away fixture against a team that's mid-table in the Championship for Charlton is going to be difficult. We'll sim it on the off chance that we might get a point. But look, they've won their last 3 in the league as well, I think. And this could be a bit of a bummer for us. In fact, I already regret pressing X. Oh, wow. Wow. I did not expect that in any way. A 3-1 away win against Bristol City. Okay, things be changing. Purrington and Kyle with a brace there. They are the scorers for us. And wow, okay, you know, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed, which means that I'm pretty comfortable to now go ahead and sim the next game. We are now 4th, 3 points off of 1st place. Unbelievable. Is Oztuma part of Charlton's future? Apparently they talk about in some sort of Sky chat. I don't know what it is. I need to play more often. The amount of matches I get to play in at the moment isn't good for my career. I'm counting on you in decisive moments. It's kind of true. I don't know how he's going to react to it, but I don't want to lie to the boy. Oztuma's a good player, but he's like a bench / rotation player at this point in the career mode. I'm counting on you in decisive. Okay, he's fine with that. I'm counting on you in matches, so you shouldn't be concerned about missing a few matches. Okay, yeah, that's good. I'm glad with that outcome. We have a lot of things going on. Oh, you'll see here a lot of players I'm scouting, mostly wingers at the moment, getting scout reports in the background ahead of the January transfer window. Guys, make sure you leave comments down below of some players to recommend. I've seen a few from the last episodes, and I've put them in the transfer hub. And when it comes to buying somebody, I am going to need a big pool to select from. So yeah. So if you look at this team, you can see that the weaker point of the team, like we have a very decent spine, but the weaker point of the team is the wings and the fullbacks. They are, 2 or 3 ratings on average lower than the spine of our team at the moment, which is not ideal, it has to be said. But with that being said, Smith Rowe is a young player. He is going to grow in rating. Same-ish with Purrington, probably at a slower rate. Solly will stay about that. And Lecco, again, this season, we're not training him. Maybe we should. But he is a lone player, so I don't want to take away from your Lapsleys, your Bonds, your Smith Rowes, in order to train a player that we won't end up having. And again, yeah, we could buy him, but I think there are possibly better options out there. And again, if we raised him this season, we're going to have to spend more money on him when it comes to looking at getting a right winger in permanently. So there are my thoughts currently on the situation. We definitely need a winger and a fullback, a couple of wingers and a couple of fullbacks, really. So yeah, we'll play it by ear. Maybe in the next couple of episodes, we'll start having a look as we get closer towards January of some players that we can maybe invest in. The earlier we do it, the better as well, because their ratings might naturally go up. So if we can get them when the ratings are a bit lower, in theory, they should be cheaper. So maybe in like November, we will have a look, at getting a player ready to come in the door for the summer. Anyway, without further ado, we now have a game against West Brom, who are definitely going to be hard. They are 26 points and we are 29 points, so they are going to be equal points if they do get the win. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but 3 points out of the last 2, I'd be happy with. It's better than we've got in real life. So here we go, last game of the month of October. It is an away fixture like we discussed against West Brom. Now, I've made one change just due to fatigue, and that is Macaulay Bonne, who has grown by 4 ratings. He's a 62. Still not quite there, but getting there. He comes in on the right-hand side of the front 3, and he replaces, like I said, the fatigued Lecco. Now, I'm expecting this to be a very difficult game, but we will see. We were just surprised very nicely there, very pleasantly against Bristol City, and we lose only by 1 goal. Conor Gallagher, unfortunately, a straight red for him means that he will sit out of the next couple of fixtures, either 2 or 3 fixtures, I can't remember how it works, but yeah, that's not a bad result. I was expecting a thrashing there. It didn't happen, which is always good. But we still sit in 4th place, and we still sit only 6 points off of the automatic places. It looks like it is going to be, at the very least, a top half of the table campaign. If we can sneak into those playoffs, if we can do better than that, it would be huge for us, and we could go straight in, potentially, to the Premier League. Albeit maybe with a slightly weak squad for the Premier League, but you never know what we can do with a bit of investment. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. Make sure you leave a like on it if you're enjoying this series, and also make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one, and sweet.